Could a colder thing possibly exist? The idea to pick and choose until all the bad things are missed? I mean, if love, though, is something greater and grand, if it's something that you can hold in your hand, then the more that it's like freezing a statue, you stand alone, but you can breathe in the air, it's all your own. Sometimes I wonder the difference between love and lust, the difference between having to and must. Is there really a chance for me to have what all the other people do that I see? The weather is coming. Does it come to tell me something? Do we not exist on this plane with all these things, yet somehow the thoughts are that we're separate? Is that insane? So we try to take advantage of everything. We try to put everything in the place in which its being says that consciousness is something that we're seeing. Man, oh man, oh man alive. If I could swim with sharks and I could dive, catch all the starfish, you know, they're shaped like stars. If I say that water is like space, am I actually shallow? Or am I deep for saying something shallow, like imagination is actually the deep? It only makes sense to say something like that when you're old and you're creaking around, you're walking in shoes that make all these sounds. Man, what is life gonna do to me? I'm afraid, you see? It just simply seems to judge me. It simply seems to have all the things that everyone says you should want. Either be too shallow, but then am I alone if I take everything like imagination? Love is comfort, and in that comfortable place, I can say that starfish live in outer space. But then again, I'm alone, you see, because I'm not taking things realistically. It's like, damn, I gotta work, but at the same point in time, there's competition amongst everyone. But at the same point in time, I thought we were all one. Everything comes from the same place, doesn't it? Then what is this challenge? When do we actually quit? What are the ideals? What are the ideas that take all these things to create the different viewpoints that all things have, which lead to roads of judgment, roads to pain and suffering, or being above? I mean, in all the times that we could see, in all of the world's fantasy, would there ever be a time that doesn't exist normally? So the more that we exist in a place that we say that love is for me and love is like lust, it's sexually, then you've missed the idea that you could just kiss things, which is to just be simple about it. Not necessarily to even kiss something, you see, because kissing something is like just saying it normally. But then the normal person doesn't necessarily feel these things. They're not necessarily like something taken out of place and put into being. It's like the sun, moon, and stars. are the deepest things by far. But at the same point in time, if we just sing about them or talk about them and say that's all we are, then we're actually more like nothing. So is consciousness, intelligence. The further that you can stray from just being something like night and day, suffering, again, is that intelligence? What then will be or has been, if all things in some way are metaphors, then all time is all time, and every time has the same things. Like, in the end, the sun is the most advanced thing that you could see. Technology, it's always been there. Maybe the moon is like some type of light that has some old aspect to it, like we've all of a sudden added age to the fight. Time, you see. But if we say things are timeless, then we're automatically categorized in some machine that will break you, you see, because that's not how things work. That's not how you get something for you, for me. So then viewpoints themselves, taken out of context, will make you seem like you have no idea what's next, because again, it's all the same. And conscious things are the only things to blame.